Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Labas, sveiki visi, labai dėkoju, kad susitikote čia. Ir šiandien išskirtinis interviu su Dan Brulé. Jis yra vienas kiečiausių turbūt pasaulyje kvėpavimo technikos ekspertų. Ir jis mokė netgi tokį žmogų kaip Anthony Robbins. Ir 1000 istorijų šiandien, daugiau anglų kalba, šiek tiek lietuvių, šiek tiek paversim, klauskite angliškai, perskaitysim, žiūrėsim. So I have just introduced yourself, that you are the best, maybe the best teacher of breathing technique in the world. 45 years. 45 years. Mm-hmm. And you had some, you have conversation with Anthony Robbins, yes?
Yeah, well, we text back and forth. I see him whenever our paths cross. And I'm coaching him, been teaching him breathing.
Taip, ir sako, kad jisai mokė tiesiog Anthony Robbins, kvėpavimo technikų. And how you find this technique? How is it called?
Well, it's a number of techniques. You know, if anyone knew anything about breathing, my whole life, if I heard of someone who was teaching breathing, I was kissing their feet or breathing down their neck. I was trying to get from them whatever they had until I went to the next teacher. I've been a student of the breath my whole life. So I've combined ancient methods and modern methods, and I've taken the best from all of the different schools. And because breathing is very unique. So each person who comes, we have to start from the beginning. Yeah.
Ir labai trumpai išversiu, ką sako Dan Brulé, kad jisai sako, aš kiekvieną mokytoją, kuris mokėjo kvėpavimo technikos, tiesiog imdavau ir bučiuodavau jam rankas feet, you kiss the feet, yes.
In India, that's what we do. Yeah.
So you was in India, yes?
Yeah, many times.
Many times.
In China.
What do you find here?
Well, I found immortal yogis. I found,
immortal?
Yeah, I found.
That's true. Sako, rado nemirtingus jogus.
Yeah, you know, people with extraordinary abilities who reach these amazing high states. And one of the things that I love is that we used to think that only very special people could reach those very high states. Yes. But the average person today can achieve those same things through the breath.
Tai va, ir labai trumpai tai sako Dan Brulé, kad galvoja, matė labai kietų tokių būsnų, aukštų būsnų žmonės Indijoje, bet dabar kiekvienas gali tai pasiekti per būtent kvėpavimo techniką. Ir dar prašau pasidalinkit šituo video. Please share this video, todėl kad tai bus labai naudinga. It will be very, 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 this information will be very important. So you find these people, and you know that everybody now can reach these states, yes?
Yeah.
Why do we need? Because so many people live just, you know, sleeping, working, eating, sleeping, and maybe it's enough.
Well, if that's all you want, then that's okay. Like they say, it's a free country. People can live how they want to live. But we all know that we have certain abilities, we have certain potential. Humans have. And so people who are interested in their maximum potential, what's the most that I can do with my life? What's the most that I can become? Breathing is for those people.
So, kas nori didžiausių pasiekimų, tai kvėpavimas gali būti būtent ta technika. So, can you say something about this breathing technique? Why is it so unique? And why, when we breathe, we can achieve this power?
Well, yeah. Well, because breathing is the only system in the body that's both totally automatic and completely under our control. So that's not an accident of nature. That's not a coincidence. That's an opportunity. That's an invitation to take part in our own nature, in our own evolution. So breathing is, it's the link between the body and the mind. It's the link between the unconscious mind and the conscious mind. And it's the link between us. We're sharing breath right now. Everybody on this planet is sucking off the same bubble of air. It connects us.
Yes, I breathe and I breathe out, yes.
And somebody else breathes you in.
Yes, maybe you breathe it out and I breathe in.
We can't hide from each other. Yeah.
And one of main technique of yours, yes, is rebirthing called. Mm-hmm. What is it?
Rebirthing is it's a specific breathing pattern. Active inhale, passive exhale, no pauses or gaps between the breath. You could call it connected breathing or continuous breathing. And you're focusing on your heart. And it awakens tremendous energy. It dissolves trauma. It frees our system. It frees all of the pain and the fear that's trapped in our nervous system. The breath, this technique just burns it all away, just clears it from our system.
All toxins, all fears, yes?
And that's why they called it rebirthing, because after a session, people got up and they felt like they were in a completely different body, like they were in a new body, because the breath cleaned and cleared all of the old stress and traumas and fears and pains. And so it's a miraculous process, really.
Yes, so now we can, sako, čia labai stebuklingas procesas, nes tai tiesiog išvalo viską, kas yra mūsų kūne, visus sunkumus, visas baimės, visus toksinus ir toliau. So now we can talk about this miracle, yes? Dabar galėtume pakalbėti apie tą stebuklą. You said you have trained or you have sessions with about how much people?
150,000, I stopped counting. 45 years.
45 years, yes.
65 countries.
65 countries, okay. So what kind of miracles have you seen?
Well, all kinds of physical healing.
Physical healing?
Oh, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, diabetes, because we have healing abilities. The body wants to heal itself, and we can find ways to help it. We have natural healing abilities, and the breath helps us to access that. And even more than the physical healing, there's this healing and awakening, a psychological, spiritual awakening, emotional healing. So the breath is like like the Swiss Army knife of life. Yes. You can use it in so many ways for creative energy, healing energy, for growing, for self-realization.
Wow. Yeah. I have tried with Technica, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe more times, and it was so good. Yes, I like it.
Yeah, it's so powerful that it's actually a little scary for people.
Yes, yes. Some people are scared because I don't know why, but sometimes I feel my hands.
Yeah, we're afraid of our own power, afraid of our own energy. Yeah, and that's one of the things that breathing does. It awakens tremendous energy. And then we get comfortable with that energy, and you'd be surprised what you can do with that energy.
Taip. Ir Dan Brulé sako, kad šita technika netgi padėjo išgyti vėžį. AIDS, yes, AIDS, yes. It helped for AIDS.
It's what?
You said it healed AIDS?
AIDS, yeah.
Yes, AIDS, yes. Oh my God, we said Filipino AIDS, sorry, AIDS, yes. Oh my God, cancer, vėžį padėjo išgydyti ir sako, kad va šita energija, kurią mes sukaupėme, iš kur kartais gąsdina žmonės, nes be galo yra galinga mūsų viduje. I said that this energy is so powerful and sometimes we can be scared of it.
Yeah, yes? It's life force, it's chi, it's prana, it's spirit. And it's not just the breathing. What happens is that when people breathe, they free up healing energy, it starts to flow. It frees up creative energy, and they end up making better choices. And when you've cleared stress and trauma from your system, you begin to get attracted to healthier things. Yeah. You start to eat better, you're more positive in your thinking. So the breath it's a tool, it's a key, it's a skill for awakening some very natural abilities in us.
Taip. Ir sako, kad kai kvėpuoji, netgi gali natūraliai susidėlioti savo kvėpavimą, tiesiog gyvenimą ir tau gali norėtis tiesiog labiau rūpintis savimi. Now I want to ask some personal questions about you. This 45 years, what this technique gave for you? Šitie 45 metai, ką šitą techniką davė būtent Dan Brulé?
Well, I mean, I haven't had anything like the common colds in 40 years. When I begin to get tense, the breath clears that tension from me. If I begin to get depressed or sad or low energy, the breath wakes me up. Mm-hmm. And it's given me very good intuition. I can feel things I could never feel before. Mm-hmm. And the breath is a way for us to connect with the deepest part of ourselves, which is, I think, the real work, is inner work of discovering who we are, why we're here, what is life about, what happens when I die. You know, the big questions in life. The breath guides us to answers that really fulfill our heart, fulfill our soul. So I'm fulfilled. I don't know if all my problems went away.
Or they didn't run away.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they went away, or maybe I still have them. But either way, I don't care. I'm free. So the things that bother the average person just don't bother me. And it just happened along the way by itself because of the breath.
Sako, čia labai trumpai, kad vien ta kvėpavimo technika padėjo tiesiog, jeigu yra problema, tai tiesiog atsipalaiduoti ir tą problemą nekreipdėmėsi visiškai. Nors gal lyg turiu problemą, bet man jinai nerūpi visiškai.
Yeah, it gives me energy when I need it. And I can use it when I need to rest. It can replace sleep. It can replace food. So it's a way for us to connect with higher abilities in ourselves. And I can say that I'm experiencing those. We have antenna that keep us safe.
Where is this antenna?
Right, we have antenna that keep us safe. And so the breath gets us in touch with this like an intuitive protective shield. So you avoid things you never know you avoid. You're preventing illnesses that now you'll never have. And if you do get hit by some illness or you catch some illness, your ability to heal and recover is much better than without the breath. And I've seen that in my own life.
You said you find many answers, yes? Mm-hmm. So what surprised you? When you breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, what surprised you? What you find? Yes, what you found?
The amount of energy that we can connect with. I mean, infinite energy, and powerful creative energy that just comes to us when we need it. Not a moment before and not a moment after. It just, in the moment, we're in the flow. Athletes and people talk about being in the flow state. The breathing gives us a way to be in the flow state. And it makes us biohackers. With the breath, I can hack into my nervous system. I can hack into my immune system, my brain. So we can control so-called involuntary processes in ourselves. Blood pressure, temperature, skin flow, all kinds of things that supposedly we're just victims of those things. But the breath gives us a power to control those things that we used to think, there's nothing I can do about it.
Tai vienas iš paprastų dalykų, kas sako, tiesiog aš radau tą galimybę turėti milžinišką energiją tiesiog iš vidaus, kuri yra visiškai neribota, kuri gali bet ką padėti išgelbėti, tiesiog išgydyti ir tai mes turime tą galimybę. Kas supratot viską, tai okei, bet aš labai labai trumpai. Can you say for me, what is the purpose of life? Of us, of my purpose, yours, all people.
To be loving and expanding, to find our purpose and live our purpose. Why? We're not here by accident. I think we chose to come here. We might have forgotten that we chose, but we decided to come in this time, in this place, in this family, in this socioeconomic setting, at this time in history. It's not an accident. We're here for a reason. And when we connect to the breath is like a thread, and it takes us to our source. It takes us to our essence. And when you contact that, answers come. Problems get solved.
Gone, yes, all is gone. Yes.
It's like magic, yeah.
Ir paklausus klausimą, koks gyvenimo tikslas, Dan Brulé pasakė, kad tikslas yra atrasti tikslą ir gyventi pagal jį. Ir būtent kvėpavimas gali padėti atrasti. One question, do you know Wim Hof?
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
Wild man, I love him. Crazy guy. Crazy in a wonderful way, yeah.
So he uses maybe the same technique? He
uses hyperventilation, breath holding. Hyperventilation, breath holding. He doesn't call it hyperventilation because
is it bad?
Hyperventilation has a bad reputation. No, it's not bad. It's good for you. When you hyperventilate, you produce a whole package of feelings and sensations and emotions in your body. Yeah. And if you can relax into them, you heal something. You grow.
Yeah. I like that.
Because it's our internal things that get in our way. It's not external things that stop us. It's our own feelings. It's our own emotions. It's our own limited thoughts. And the breath clears that stuff out. So hyperventilation, it produces all these sensations and feelings and emotions, and then you practice getting comfortable with them. And when you get comfortable with them, you overcome something. And then when you hold your breath, you bring up a different package of feelings and sensations and emotions. And so when you relax into those, you grow, you heal something. It's an ancient technique. He didn't invent it. It's a yogic approach. He's a modern yogi, you say. And so, but that hyperventilation, breath holding, it just gives you more, it makes your comfort zone, your internal comfort zone gets bigger. So things don't get in your way. Your own stuff doesn't get in your way.
Yeah, labai daug buvo kalbos, mėliai, neversi, bet esmė tame, kad kalbėjome apie Wim Hofo metodą ir hiperventiliaciją, kuris sako, tai nėra blogai. Some people are scared about this hyperventilation, you know.
Yeah.
We said some cells of our brain can die. Is it true?
And then no.
Okay, so that's not true. That's enough, yeah?
No.
Sakau, gal per kvėpavimą gali mirti kažkokios ląstelės, bet sako, netiesa, tai netiesa.
It's, when you hyperventilate, you create an imbalance in your chemistry. But think about this, a temporary imbalance in your chemistry that results in permanent psychological and spiritual and emotional benefits, it's a very small price to pay. So,
maybe if you die, doesn't care. Yeah? We have billions.
no one has ever died from breathing.
Yeah.
Not
Few cells.
Couple of cells, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, every second our cells, I think, are dying and regenerating. Yes.
Yeah. And the thing, you know, there are many techniques like Wim Hof's. There are 1,000 other people haven't heard of them. He's just become more well known. But he's not alone. There are many different techniques. And the idea, what I like to do is we adjust these techniques to fit each person.
Yes.
You know, an elite athlete can do things that a frail elderly person can't. So they can't practice the same things, but they can each practice breathing, their own style, their own, what's perfect for them. And that's my work, is helping people find the perfect breathing exercises and techniques and meditations for each person. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And what kind of technique do you like most?
Well,
kokią techniką labiausiai mėgsti dans?
Any breathing technique that makes us more conscious, more aware, more mindful,
yes,
is going to help us in life. Any breathing exercise that helps us to relax, especially in stressful situations, or when you're in pain, or when you're afraid. And that's when people cannot relax. The breath gives us the ability to relax in those moments when we can't. And then any breathing exercise that gives us more energy. So those three things, more awareness, more relaxation, and more energy. And if you could find one breathing exercise that did all those, that would be the best exercise.
And you know that?
And I have a few equally good ones that affect all three of those things, awareness, relaxation, and energy. And that's what we focus on.
Taip. Ir aš paklausiu, kokia technika jo yra mėgstamiausia ar geriausia. Sako, yra geriausias technikos tos, kurios leidžia būti tiek sąmoningu, tiek turėti energiją. Jūs awareness, atsipalaidavimas ir daug energijos duotų. Ir sakė, tokius pratimus jis turi. Ir jeigu turite kažkokių klausimų, galite klausti. If you have some questions, you can ask, of course.
And the thing about relaxation, because that's a real key. I mean, anyone can relax when everything is perfect in the world, when you're in your favorite place, and the children are healthy and
when
happy,
you have a lot of money,
and there's money in the bank, and everything is perfect. Anybody can relax
visi gali atsipalaiduoti, kai viskas tau gerai gyvenime.
But can you relax when you're in pain?
Bet ar gali atsipalaiduoti, kai yra skausmas?
Can you relax when nothing is going right?
Kai niekas gerai neina, ar gali atsipalaiduoti?
Can you relax when you're afraid?
Kai tu šakės.
That's when relaxation is most useful and necessary.
Kada labiausiai reikalingas atsipalaidavimas.
And that's when the average person cannot do it.
Ir kai standartinis žmogus negali to padaryti.
So breathing gives us that ability to relax in those moments when we couldn't relax.
How many times you was in Lithuania? Kiek kartų buvo Lietuvoje?
Wow. First time I came was 1990.
Wow.
Maybe I've been here 50.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah. So I don't know, 40 times,
wow.
I guess.
Why you come here? We are so small country. Nobody in America knows this country, no?
Yeah.
Maybe a few people.
Yeah,
why you go here?
Since the first time I came in 1990. I went to Panevėžys, and it was just so green. I loved the country. There were so many lakes and rivers, and it was peaceful compared to Moscow and other big cities. And I made a lot of friends, and they kept inviting me to come back.
Okay.
So when people invite me, I usually come.
Sako, tiesiog mane kvietė čia atvažiuoti, labai patiko pati Lietuva, ramu, gera ir tiesiog gamta patiko. Ir atvažiavo. Ir one question, what breathing technique you offer in the morning when you just wake up?
Everything begins with awareness.
Sako, viską prasideda nuo sąmoningumo.
So the very first step is just be conscious of your breathing. Don't breathe in any special way.
Taip.
Just bring all your attention to the
Tiesiog
breath.
stebėk savo kvėpavimą ir nedaryk kažkokios specialios technikos.
So just let the breath come and go by itself. Don't let it do anything. Just tune into it, focus on it. It's meditative awareness, it's mindfulness.
Tiesiog kvėpuok ir tai bus meditacinis toks sąmoningumas.
And then I play with my breath.
Ir aš žaidžiu su savo kvėpavimu.
I breathe fast.
Aš kvėpuoju greitai.
And is it easy? Is it smooth? I breathe slow.
Aš kvėpuoju lėčiau.
And is it easy? Is it hard? So I just kind of check the parameters. I breathe high in my chest, breathe low in my belly. It's kind of like a musician would practice the scales.
Aš patikrinu visą savo kūną ir žiūriu, ar man sunku ar lengva kvėpuoti.
So I just go through the scales. Fast, slow, high, low, through the nose, through the mouth. And I apply intention to the breath.
Ir aš sako, kvėpuoju visaip, kaip aš noriu, nosis, burna ir visaip pilvas, krūtinė ir taip toliau. Ir aš turiu intenciją kvėpavimo. What about intention?
Like, for example, if you're breathing low into your belly, you can have the intention to connect to the earth, to make your body feel safe and grounded and secure. And then you can breathe into your heart to feel your connection to every living being around you. And you can breathe up high into your higher spaces to connect with higher energies. So now you're ready to face the world. You're connected to the earth, you're aware of everything around you, and you're connected to higher intelligence. And now you can just trust whatever you do. You can just go with the flow.
Sako, tu tiesiog gali pasijungti prie žemės, prie visų žmonių, viso pasaulio, prie kosmoso galų gale. Ir sako, tiesiog, kai tu turi visą tą palaikymą, tai tu gali daryti, ką nori visiškai.
So breathing awakens body intelligence, breathing awakens heart intelligence, and breathing awakens mind intelligence. And so you show up fully when you use the breath. Most people are just trying to think their way through life, and they're not taking advantage of their intuition that comes from their heart. They're not taking advantage of the brain and their intestine, like their gut feelings. And the breath awakens these brains, so we just make better decisions.
Tiesiog vien kvėpavimas gali padėti priimti daug geresnius sprendimus, dėl to, kad ten sureguliuoja viskiausius dalykėlius ir taip tiesiog veikia. Parašykite, prašau, kas iš jūsų išbandėt kvėpavimo technikas. I asked for people, maybe they tried some breathing techniques. And now you will do in Lithuania, you said you are arriving 2 times, yes, per year, about?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Now you are coming.
I'm coming this time. I'll be back in December. Were we here earlier this year? I think we were here once before. Yeah, so I'll be in Lithuania 3 times this year.
3 times, 3 kartus. Šiais metais jis vieną kartą jau buvo, dabar yra ir dar sakė, netgi atvažiuos, I will have one question again, ir atvažiuos dar netgi gruodį.
And that's because we're training a new group of practitioners. And it's a year-long training, so I'm teaching and coaching people to teach others.
Yes.
And now we're here for our annual summer camp.
Teachers, yes.
Yeah. And so now we're here for our annual summer camp. It's like a vacation. It's a working vacation.
Yes, yes.
So, learning vacation.
Just breathing and...
Out in nature, beautiful, yeah.
Tai sakė, dabar vyksta stovykla, but this camp is only for, this people who wear airline? No, for everybody.
Yeah, it's for anyone. Anybody and in 7 days, you can learn a lot. You can develop real skills. Will change your life. Definitely.
Sako, tiesiog per tas 7 dienas gali gauti labai daug įgūdžių kvėpavimo ir tiesiog net realiai pakeisti gyvenimą. You said about changing life.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Sakau, turiu minį, kad pasikeis gyvenimas. Ką tai reiškia? Apie ką?
If you want to change your life, you have to change how you think. You have to change how you feel. You have to change how you look at life. You have to change your behaviors. And breathing is a behavior. And breathing produces new feelings. And breathing gives us new ideas. And so you cannot help but transform. It's a transformational practice.
Tiesiog čia yra transformuojama praktika, kad tu keiti viską, tiesiog mąstymą, požiūrį, mintis ir tai gali, dėl to ir pasikeis gyvenimas. Kai tu vis tai keiti, tai gali pasikeisti. And one is question from girl Ruta, she named Ruta, and Lorette. Oh, okay. She's asked, when is the best time breathe nose or mouth? when we need to breathe with nose or when with mouth?
The habit should be, our unconscious habit should be breathing through the nose. The nose is meant to breathe through. It has hairs that filter dust and mucous membranes that warm and cool the air and trap microscopic particles, and it has turbinates that spiral the air. So the nose is meant to breathe through by habit. But we use breathing through the mouth in certain situations, for certain purposes, to do inner work.
Yes.
And to support energetic abilities and so on. So, like, I'm speaking right now, so I'm breathing through my mouth.
Yes.
You can't laugh through your nose, you can't cry through your nose, you can't speak through your nose, so we have to breathe through our mouth. And we use it therapeutically. So, for example, mouth breathing will awaken certain and help release certain toxins, emotional toxins, things that we've swallowed really deep. Mouth breathing will help clear stuff from the body. Nose breathing helps clear the mind, helps quiet and smooth the mind. So, it depends on your purpose. It depends on your level of health. It depends on your level of skill. And it's like having a lot of tools in your toolbox.
Yeah.
You don't just use the same thing all the time.
Yes.
So the habit should be the nose breathing, but we deliberately breathe through the mouth to trigger certain changes, to heal certain things, to give ourselves energy, and to do certain things. So.
Yes, it's so powerful. Yes.
Yeah, and see, you can express with the breath.
You can try now.
So that, that's all right.
And
like in the nose, when you breathe in through the nose, you clear the mind. And when you breathe out through the mouth, you clear stuff from the body. So, there's little techniques. It's an art. And people can surprise themselves at how quickly you can get good at certain things. And you can eliminate certain medications. You can avoid surgery. You can recover more quickly. So you just practice certain things. And the difference between the nose and the mouth, we often spend a whole day just experimenting and exploring. So you don't have to believe me. You practice something and you get your own experience. And then you know when to do what and why.
Ir vienas iš dalykų sako, to nereikės, čia aišku labai daug buvo daug, bet net nei medicinos, nei gal net operacijų, jeigu tu darysi tą kvėpavimo pratimą. When I tried that, I just started to smile. I just started to smile. That's so good. That's so good.
And if you do it consciously, so when you breathe in, think of the most beautiful thing you can imagine, the most beautiful person. Yes. And breathe the energy of that in. Take it into every cell and then
just relax.
Receive it. A few breaths sometimes is better than a whole week of vacation.
Yeah.
Some people, it's like, I read this thing on the bridge here. It says, let's take a moment of silence for all those people stuck in traffic on the way to the gym to ride stationary bicycles. I just read that coming here from the airport under one of the bridges. But people are, they're and just to stop from time to time, it changes you, and it's just like that.
Indra is asking, how many sessions do you need to attend in order to notice changes in your life?
Oh.
Good question, yes?
Yeah.
Maybe one?
One is enough. Oh yeah, one is enough, and it's a skill. So the more you learn, the more you practice, the better you get, the more you can do. But one session is enough to have a lot to play with and think about for a long time.
Yeah.
When people come, because the seminars, I try to give as much information and as much experience in a short time as possible, because maybe I'll never see the person again.
Yes.
And in that case, I hope I give them enough that for the rest of their life, they can help themselves. And it's so beautiful to be able to do that for people. I'm so lucky to be able to do this work. And after a seminar and people come and they hug you and they go, my God, my whole life has changed. It's like, how beautiful is that? I mean, who wouldn't want to do that every day?
Vieną kartą užtenka, mėlyje. Pasilinkite šitą video, jeigu jaučiat, kad yra gerai. At 28th, yes?
27th and 28th in Vilnius. After our summer
you will
camp.
have a seminars, yes?
Yeah.
And I saw it takes about 3.5 hours, yes?
Yeah, it's from 11 to 2:30. Yeah.
Yes, it's quite long time, yes?
It's
Half
time
day.
enough to do
Why?
it.
Why?
Because we want to do a deep dive. Right? So people come as far as you can go, as fast as you can go. If you're ready, 3 hours is enough to get such a powerful taste, and now you know what to practice, and now you know what to watch for. And it usually makes people want to come back and do more because, like, wow, if you get so much just in a short time, what if I really practice? And what if I study? And what if I become a practitioner? Yeah. And I learn everything I can learn. Then not only am I helping myself, I can help other people. So
yes. So in this 3.5 hours, what we will do? I will go at this 28th. Yeah. Sunday?
Yeah, the theme on the 28th is about resourcefulness, how to put yourself into a resourceful state. And on the 27th, it's about creative energy, right? About awakening creative energy. So it's almost like a trick. When you are focused on the breathing, you're not focusing on what you usually would focus on in that moment, and so it opens up new possibilities. And there are certain ways of breathing that activate energies that's, people talk about energy, and it's like a philosophy, but when
everything is energy.
When your body is electric and when you're vibrating, it's not a theory anymore.
I feel that.
It's real energy. And that's life force. And the more of that we have, the healthier we are, the longer we live, the more productive we are, the more creative we are. So 3 hours is enough for us to connect to the energy in the breath.
Yes.
And it's enough for us to reach a deep state of relaxation that is sort of almost surprising to people. And once you have that taste, it's like you can't go back. You realize, oh, okay, I don't have to be tense. I don't have to be nervous. I don't have to be anxious. It's like, wow, I can stay calm. I can stay clear, even in difficult situations. That's a certain freedom in that. When we can feel clear and loving and creative, no matter what's happening around us and no matter what's happening inside of us, I think that's freedom.
Tai jis pasakoja dabar apie 27-28 dienos būtent užsiėmimus ir sakė, kad esminis dalykas, kad visą tai, kad daug buvo sakyta, bet kad mes galim tiesiog eiti visišką laisvę. And it will be just practice or we will have some theory?
Yeah, it's theory and practice, information, experience, knowledge, and skills. So we go back and forth. So, and it's probably half and half, or
pusę per pusę.
60-40.
Yeah, labai gerai. And we have one question. I will read it. Oh, wow, so long. So glad and so grateful to hear you live with Saulius. It's amazing you are here. Thank you for being and sharing. I have practiced breathing technique to open first and second chakras. Yes, not sure how it's called, and I was a bit skeptic and at first. However, process and results are truly fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's good, yeah.
You can tell somebody who's practiced because people say, oh, that doesn't work. It's because they didn't really do it. Anybody who actually practiced some breathing always gets results. It's like guaranteed.
Yes, and this technique about, people are talking about chakras, yes? Mm-hmm. We don't see it, yeah? Mm-hmm. But we can feel it, yes?
Yeah.
Nobody learned about it at school.
Right.
Nobody.
No. Unless you go to school in India or someplace like that. Yeah.
Everybody is learning, yes? Okay. Karolis has a question about Wim Hof, but I think we answered about that. Mm-hmm. He asking, what do you think about Wim Hof method?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. Because he's waking people up to the breath. And I like his approach. It's positive psychology. Like he says, you got to believe you can do this shit. Like he's just so passionate. And breathing. And also his favorite thing is immersion, cold, exposure to cold, which has a lot of very healthy benefits. And for some people, cold water is like a stone wall. They just can't pass through it. And so when you can get comfortable in cold water, you'd be surprised what else you're comfortable with without even trying. Yeah. That's the power of breath work.
Taip. Ir dar, jeigu turit klausimų, dar galite klausti. You know, not everything maybe is so nice in this world. People are stressful, yes, are stressed. People have anger, people hurt each other, and etc. What kind of problems do you see in your seminars, in your sessions?
You know,
people are coming to heal,
yeah,
yes?
Yeah. You know, three physical problems, you know, physical issues, emotional issues, emotional challenges, psychological problems, psychological difficulties, and spiritual. You know, it's about spiritual awakening. And sometimes all that physical, emotional, psychological stuff, it gets taken care of when you focus on our own spiritual essence. And we connect to our own spirit. And all those other things come into natural order. And so you don't have to be religious. But in English, the word respiration, inspiration, expiration, the root of that word is spirit. That's not an accident. It's because in the breath is the life force. And anybody can breathe air, but the real skill is learning to breathe energy, breathing prana, breathing light, breathing chi, breathing life force. That's the skill that we try to teach in breathing, because we're already breathing air. We do that in our sleep. So it's about breathing energy and breathing light.
Sako, žinai, sako, viena kvėpuoti yra oro, bet sugebėti kvėpuoti praną, chi ir visą tą galingą energiją, va čia yra, sako, va, tikras įgūdis. Why people have these problems? Why?
Unconsciousness, you know, we're social programming, religious programming, family programming, early childhood conditioning. It just limits us. And we have to break out of our limitations. Otherwise, we're going to live in them forever. And we won't even know that right within our reach is something really powerful, because we're in our own little bubble. And it gets smaller and smaller until...
And we have to breathe.
Right.
Boom.
Exactly. So breathing does that, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Pakvėpavo, girdžiu, kad labai garsiai kvėpuoja. It was so loud, you know. I think I have just a few questions. What is happiness for you? What is happiness for you? What is happy life? Everybody wants to have this life.
Well, I mean, knowing why you're here, knowing what your purpose is, living your dream, serving other people, having a place inside of you that's peaceful, that nothing can disturb, that to me is happiness.
Nemažas apibrėžimas apie laimę, tikiuosi, kad visi suprato, tiesiog pirmas dalykas, supratimas savęs, supratimas gyvenimo tikslo, padėjimas kitiem. But is it state?
It's a state, yeah, it's definitely. It's a self-generating state, and it becomes a habit, right? Most people have gotten upset so many times, they've mastered it. They've practiced getting upset every day for something, and so anything can upset them. But when you practice being happy, anything can make you happy. It's just, it becomes the habit of your system.
Yeah, sako, praktikuok laimingumą ir padės tau visam gyvenimui būti laimingam. So many people have jobs that they don't like. What do you offer to them? Breathing technique?
Quit your job.
Sako, jeigu nenori, sako, mes darbą, sako, yeah? But if I feel, you know, scary about that, because I can lose money.
Fear is the first thing we feel whenever we grow. Whenever we go into a change, fear is the first thing we feel. We should expect it. If you're not experiencing fear, you're not growing. And so we just overcome the fears. What's the worst thing that could happen? And what are the benefits if you really follow your heart and do what you love? It's amazing how everything lines up. The universe supports us when we make the right choices for ourselves. Life and the universe supports us. And so maybe you start something on the side until finally it can replace the job you don't like, okay? Maybe you don't have to go just quit and then it's like jumping in the deep end of the pool. Some people want to do that. You'll learn how to swim. You know, we were born knowing how to do certain things. You just have to put yourself in a situation to force those abilities to awaken. And most people don't. They stay in their comfort zone. Even though it's not really comfortable, they're afraid of the unknown. So just have more courage and spend time every single day, even if it's just 10 minutes or 20 minutes, focusing on what you really love and what you really like to do, and start putting posters in your house and messages and collecting images and books and articles about what you really are passionate about until something shifts and you'll be accidentally talking to someone and you'll end up with a new job. You woke up that morning, you had no idea what was going to happen, and a miracle happens. So life works like that.
And how these breathing techniques can help to find this passion, to find this, job that they can love?
Well, because it increases our awareness, it expands our consciousness. So we start to see things we didn't see before. We start feeling things we didn't feel. We notice things we didn't notice. And you're more comfortable. You're not so afraid to take chances because your body feels good and relaxed. It doesn't get in your way. It doesn't stop you. Your feelings don't stop you.
I want to change my job, and I'm scared, and it doesn't.
And it gives you literally energy, and it gives you inspiration, and it gives you creativity. So all those things solve those problems. And it's as simple as breathing. And most people say, how can something so simple as breathing cause all these amazing things? Well, in life, the simplest things are always the most powerful. We overlook them. Yeah.
Can we leave for this our people who are watching this video and will watch later some advice about breathing technique? Of course, we offer to come to Dan Brulé to see him because I think it's the best opportunity. He's living in USA now. We need to fly to USA.
It's a long trip.
To pay big money. And now we have this opportunity to see him here in Lithuania. Now, or maybe after half a year, but it's, I think, a big chance.
Yeah.
And I feel that because I want to be in your seminar, and now it's time. I hope I will be there after 1 week. So
the advice that I give is the quality of the breath that we teach. One of the core techniques is just a sigh of relief, but it's doing it very consciously, and you do it with an intention to open and expand. So I'm opening and expanding my body.
And using my hands, yes?
Well, you could, if it helps to feel it and visualize it, you can use your hands. But
close eyes?
Either way. But when we inhale, we can feel ourselves. The breath is stretching us. And so you help it, and you're literally opening yourself. You're opening your awareness. You're opening your body. And so you're gonna see things that before, when you were closed, you didn't see. And the other part of that is relax and let go. So open and expand, that's an inhale. And then relax and let go. That's an exhale. And in any given moment, in order to move forward in life, we need to do one of those two things. We're either too narrowly focused on something and we need to look around and see the big picture, or we need to just let go of a negative thought, let go of a limited belief, let go of a rigid posture. So open and expand, relax and let go. And if you take every breath and you consciously do that, feel yourself opening and expanding. Imagine yourself opening and expanding. And then feel yourself letting go and relaxing. You only have to do that 2 or 3 times before you change your whole state. And it's better than where you were before, so you want to keep doing it. But some breathing exercises, it's like cooking rice. You got to let it simmer and boil long enough to complete the process. So many people, they practice breathing once or twice, but they don't stay with it long enough for the work to really happen. So I'm encouraging people, that's why we do 3 hours, because you have enough time to have something really cook and gel and form, and then you practice every day, and gradually you're living your dream.
Mėlyje, Dan Brulé dabar yra Lietuvoje ir man labai pasisekė jį pagauti čia. Ir jis dabar darys kelis seminarus, stovykla 7 dienų, 7 days camp, yes. Aš vadėsiu čia nuorodą, jeigu kažkam labai įdomu, gali pasižiūrėti. Ir taip pat 2 dienos, and we will have 2 days 27 and 28, 27-28, kur aš pats dalyvausiu 28 dieną, nes 27 tiesiog negaliu. Ir labai noriu pabandyti, ką daro būtent Dan Brulé.
Oh yeah, and then I'll be doing the Masters of Calm. I'll be at the Masters of Calm.
Sako, bus dar Masters of Calm festivalį. Wow, so people are lucky who will be there.
Yeah.
Geras, Masters of Calm festivalį bus, įsivaizduojat? Wow, it's so good.
Yeah, second time I went there. Yeah.
Antrą kartą netgi bus Dan Brulé, tai aukštas lygis. And what you want to say for all people? Just to say goodbye and about your passion, about your breathing technique. What do you want to say? One small message.
Every breath, you can make it a prayer. Every breath can be a prayer. What do you want to fill yourself with? What do you want to let go of? Your breath is waiting to help you do that. And every breath is a blessing. I mean, we need to stop and remember that, oh my God, just being alive is a blessing.
Yeah.
Being able to feel is a blessing. And just consciously recognize that every breath is a prayer. Every breath is a blessing. We just have to make it so, and we change our life.
Yeah, that's so good. Sako, kiekvienas įkvėpimas gali būti kaip malda. Ir tai gali palaiminti tiesiog mūsų gyvenimą. Tai ačiū visiems, mėlyje, 1000 istorijų, netikėtai, angliškai. Ir ačiū labai. I said, thank you very much, guys. It was everything in English. I didn't expect that. And I think it's so good. And Jeanette said, yes, super. We will meet you in Masters of Calm. Ruta said, wow, it's a miracle. So, thank you very much. Thank you. See ya. Bye.